Okay, so today we'll be looking at something called the glow effect in Photoshop. I have uploaded the images that we'll be working on with on Moodle, and that is actually there are two images that we'll be working on with. So let's open this image, the reindeer image. Okay, the first thing so we'll be doing is unlocking the layer. Okay, and we want to select the reindeer. Okay, so first to quickly do that, we can use the quick selection tool and can zoom in, and then just we can increase the size of the brush and just go over the reindeer, and Photoshop will automatically select. Okay, and also go on to the this portion of the reindeer, select that. Okay, you might have seen that we have some selection that we do not need here, right? So to do that, you can just click Alt, and you can just remove that portion that you can deselect. Okay, press Alt and then you can deselect, and it's like kind of like a brush. You're brushing and selecting your selections. Okay, and then here choose, let's zoom in and move this part, right? If it's too big, you can decrease the size of your brush. Okay, so that it fills in. And then we'll be doing some refining as well. So if you get a good outline, that's fine, because after this we will be refining it, and then again you can also refine your image then as well. Right. Okay, once we have done that, let's click on select and mask. Okay, this is where we can refine. Okay, so here we'll just select onion skin, and then you can see here um this portion, you can see there are some things that we do not need, some things we have got a bit more, so this is where we can refine. Okay, so say I do not want this, so I'll just paint over just to get rid of that there, this portion here. So we are basically clearing the image. Okay, so here we have missing something, so we'll just select on this one. Okay, brush tool, and then we'll just paint over. Here as well. So once you are happy with your selection, okay, you can then you just increase the contrast up till about 9%, and then click on decontaminate colors, and output we want is to be a new layer with layer mask, and click OK. All right, so you will get a layer mask of the image. Right, next is we want to cut this the reindeer's this portion. Okay, so we'll click on control and click on the mask. Okay, soon as you see, you will see those running ends around your selection, right? So we want only this portion, so we'll go to the polygonal lasso tool and make sure you have this selected on top, that is the subtract from selection, right? So again, we'll just zoom in and say we want from here, here. Let's cut the ears and then just go out, out. Sorry. Here, here, and here. Just a minute. I'll just do that again. Here, ears, and then go straight out, 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 out. There. So there we have the uh, this portion selected. Right, once we have that selected, we will make a duplicate. So we'll just right click and duplicate layer. Sorry. Right, okay. So make sure you have your image selected here. Press Ctrl J, and then you will have that selection done. I will just create a group, okay, so that we have this layer one in this group, because we'll be doing a lot of editing on this one. And now let's click on layer 0 and go to color lookup, okay, and from this drop down, click on Moonlight 3L, okay. The color of the background will change, and like select insert another layer that is black and white. Again, I will just decrease the opacity to 50. Right, next we'll go to this group, this one. Okay, this layer we will convert it to a smart object, right? And then we will duplicate the layer. Okay, we'll duplicate this layer, and here blending we will click on to linear dodge add. Now we'll be adding some filter to it. So we'll go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur, right? So the first one we'll be doing multiple of this. Okay, so the first one we will be doing it's 5, right? So if you zoom out, you'll be able to see, and then click OK. And then again, we'll make a copy of this, duplicate. This time we will increase the value to 100, right? Then again we will duplicate this layer. So this one we will increase this radius to 250, right? And then again we will duplicate this and increase the value to 500. So we've made at least 1, 2, 3, 4 duplicates, okay, of that image. Right, once we have done that, that's why I've created a group so that all the related images and editing relating to the horns are in one group. Now let's add a adjustment layer, a hue and saturation adjustment layer, okay, and make sure you click on this clipping. Okay, so we've made a it is clipped to this layer. Okay, clipping mask has been added to this layer, and we'll click on colorize and increase the play with the saturation. Okay, so maybe it's a 90, and here we'll go. We want to give it that glow looks around 33, right? So you get that glowing effect. All right, next is we'll click on this layer and create a curves adjustment layer, right? Again we'll clip it to this original image, that is the background image, the masking one, and we will adjust the put exposure the curve, and then we'll clip it, and we'll just adjust the input, say around 88 and 43. Okay, once you've done that, so zoom out. Now let's click on the mask, get this part, and click on the brush. Okay, we'll make some adjustments on the image as well. Okay, so here's a want to soft brush, And the flow, I will give it, say, 30%. And the foreground color would be black. So what I'll do, I will just run over this on the image. You'll see it makes it a bit lighter. It'll give that effect that is flowing on the body of the reindeer. Okay. You can see the difference. Right. Then again, we will just duplicate this layer, the hue and saturation, and bring it down on top of the curves layer, and we'll create a flipping mask on that. Right. Select the saturation mask and make sure your foreground color is now white. Okay. Okay, so here, just before you start doing that, sorry about that. Okay, you'll have to create a inverse. So press Control and I. Okay, Control I to create a inverse. And now using the brush tool, will you can give that effect that it is also glowing on the body. Like just subtle those effect that it is now glowing on the body. You really want to make this part bright here. And if you're not, if you made mistakes, just inverse this, and then you can remove the colors that you have put in there. Right, once you have done, you can also play with the opacity. If you think it's too dark or too light, okay, so let's put it somewhere else there. Once that is done, we will now include the sparkle. Okay, so let's open the other image. Okay, let's bring this image on this image, and okay, make sure it is right on top. Right on top there, and we'll select screen and resize the image. Now let's add a mask. So click on the image and click on add mask. And we will then click on the mask here and click Control I to inverse. Okay, so you'll see that has disappeared. Again, we will make sure you have your brush selected. This time we will increase the flow to say around 70. Okay, I'll just make this brush size a bit smaller and then just paint over the horns to give that sparkle effect. All right, let's now add a levels adjustment layer, clip it, and let's adjust the level to 31 here and say 190. All right, and do a final color lookup. This time say warm. There, you get your glowing effect. Okay, hope you liked this class. Okay, and please try it and see if you're able to do this or not. Thank you.